People, is dumb or not dumb, deaf or not deaf, or blind or not blind. What is happening? What is happening? We all want to see crime decrease. I have always said, until crime can decrease pre-election time, we do have no society. We can't have 100 odd people are dead every month, at least only 1,000 odd people dead already, and the year just gone halfway. You know, it's not, the taste of your mouth not nice. And then you hear some people who didn't have power the other day, who never did make the crime any better. I come tell you now, say, them have the answer. And then the people them who in the power now, when them never in the power, them tell you, say, you can't sleep with your door open. When the other one in the power, crime escalate. That is what the Prime Minister, who is now the Prime Minister, say about the next government, what was in power. And now him in a power and the thing escalate. That is why in Jamaica we call cock mouth kill cock. And then now these people who didn't have power to do something about it, whether the ball or say a divine intervention alone can't help the thing. Them have the most talk now. Then Jamaican people who can't open on the eye and say the thing is we in the middle of the whole madness. The PNP and the GLP thing is what control Jamaica. It's like we get grip in our vice and them are tighten the vice on we. And then we go community by community by community to solve the crime in Jamaica. If you find all the gun them in a stadium, them need all 50 sniffer dog in there, you know. I don't know if them have 50 dog. Because only dog can't find them gun there, you know. It's only the dog them can find the gun them. All way you hear them attack. Soldier can't find gun when the man they all tie up certain gun and put on a toilet to rise and pit ties and all them way. It's dog them have to go use for it. So I hope them have some serious dog to find them gun there. Because if you don't get rid of the gun them, you could have hear peace in our community a little more. You see what happened out of Mountain View? Mountain View did go on bad and it get quiet a little while and you see what happened? Boom, it start up again. You understand? Nobody never hear no Marvel murder go on until the other day, you know. Clarendon is like the main place now, them little people, you know, you hear them sit on TV and talk about say, oh, we thought them would go into Clarendon first. The answer to them now is that we couldn't go to Clarendon. You know, so Clarendon is a big thing. We have to do more investigation and organization for go to Clarendon. But see them now, because we realize that we make a mistake for CLM. CLM is a soft target. So we're going to find the guns them. I really hope them find the gun them. And hear the man on the TV, you know. Well, you see, we had known before that the criminals would make a run out of the area. So we have also prepared for them moving. Because when a criminal is moving, it is easier to track him than when he is stationary. No, somebody have got to tell me the logics of that. I don't know if me have no sense. Neil, I might have to go explain that to me now. I might have show you say, like, all right, me I watch my TV, you know, me I watch the ISIL and Mosul, the city where ISIL there, and how them attract the people them, right? And them I say, them are going at this town, go take it over back from ISIL. But ISIL now move, because them say, them have to control the town. So them are go space by space, community by community, to get rid of ISIL. But not only that now. Meanwhile, them are going there, you know. The man, them realize them are come, so what the people them do now. What the ISIL people them do. Them start destroy some of the city and kill some of the people them and move out. You can't track them man there. Them man they gone all of Syria. You have to deal with the people them in the community. So, me don't know if me lack intelligence and understanding about these things, but I really want somebody to explain to me. And I am naive to it. I am totally naive to these things. I watch a whole heap of TV, and people say, Muta, you watch too much TV, but I have enough sense to separate what can be real and what is really fiction. If a criminal in a community, and you know the criminal, why you don't just go take him? Why you say you're going to set up something now? Because you know say he's going to move. And it's when he move now, you can easily track him. Why you tracking for you know where I come from? In the community, them don't want to hold the man them, because some of the man them affiliated with them same politician. PNP and GLP, trust me. But I just hope so my daughter no turn such a turn politician and a wrestler. I tell you the truth, just like I want to turn a poet. I tell you, I'm glad to one of them a teacher, but I hope say they go turn politician because believe you me. Trust me, man. It's like you're nice, It's good person turn politician, Them nice, some nice people, them, Believe you me, them nice. Like me didn't know Peter Phillips, and it's a nice man, Very nice brethren. Not them knows no man to me or no brethren. Nice. See? Lisa Anna, oh gosh, man. She just dead there, Wow. I mean, them just nice. My brethren there, what did you use the name again? The one where I was like trouble. He might turn prime minister like a boy now. Damian cry for it. If I give them hell all the while, but it's a nice youth, It's really a nice youth. But there's something about it that when a man decides I'm going to turn PNP or GLP, it's like him whole psyche and him whole vibration just change by you. But if you're not part of that thinking, you won't see the change, You have to step back and realize what another same person that. Another same person that wrestler. Most of them politicians are the same person them. Check the oldest one and the youngest one. Check out like Mike Henry or Pernell Shaw. Pernell Shaw is a brethren, Pernell Shaw is a brethren, but guess what? If he resign, but see him taking his son now. You think same son different from him? No better Aaron, no better Barrel. The whole of them are come out of the same system. It's a system that governs this place. It's not an individual person. The individual person is there to carry out the continuation and perpetuate the same madness against the Jamaican people. And the Jamaican people can realize the PNP and the GLP is not for them. And them going to hear it over and over. And them going to say, Muta can't go on. Look on the TV. When you say voting, I go on. Look who you see a jump up and down on the TV. And then the next year, them jump up and down on the TV again. And them position is the same. It's the same. You know, see nobody from upper Cherry Gardens or upper Armour Heights and them places I jump up on TV and say, vote for Michael, what them name? Vote for Bunting, vote for Peter, this and that. It's pure sufferer. People who have no work, hang off on the bus them, have the lick of idiot flag in front of them when come from China. And all of these people, them do have nothing. But it's them who kill you. Them will kill you for the PNP and the GLP. And year in, year out, every 4 years, them position is the same. The same way them that start out, I cheer for PNP or GLP. 4 years time when election comes, the same people them, I cheer for GLP and PNP. And them life standard is no different. Meanwhile, the bank them, I charge too much high interest, but them I make billions of dollars profit. Tourism, I get bigger. More money are flowing in Jamaica, yet still it now trickle down to the craft vendors them, in the craft market them, neither Trelawney, neither Montego Bay, neither St. Anne. Kingston? Well, I mean, I will talk about people them at Kingston because I don't look like the craft market there. Them people that sit only all 40 years and have 2 baskets themselves. Terrible. Because them have big plans for Kingston, Yeah, I mean, you tell them to make Kingston like for those of you who travel enough, like Soho, where you have all people, you have table and chair outside with, people can drink them Starbucks coffee or them Blue Mountain coffee and eat cake and listen to some night music or them have some little performance. Slide man goes, your name gone abroad and all these things that go on the road and music can play. I hope I can get a job when it go on to play some music down on the Victoria period. So, but them have big plans for it. But again, it's big plans. So all Shamara now, who is a little young bud, she go and go walk with her back bend. Do have no fingernail for put no lip Q-tex pan. Do have no ear in her head for put no false ear in it. And it don't come to fulfillment. You look a bit of it's true. It's true. Click it. CLM. I wonder if anybody know what CLM mean. Sir. I wonder how much people know what CLM mean. But really and truly, across from CLM is a hospital named Cornwall Regional Hospital. I really ask a question. The 50 odd people them say get murdered in the CLM. I wonder if it's all over the hospital them get murdered. Because everybody I get wrong medicine nowadays and wrong operation and all them something there, But nobody is getting held for the death of them loved ones when them go to hospital and them get wrong medicine. And the doctor say, sorry, but say this I should give them. Terrible. But it's poor people, you see. If other kind of people go in there now, then they know them have to strap up themselves. Just like when we look on the TV, people have water problem in a certain area, like our Cherry Garden and Armour Heights and Russell Heights, or Jackson. Them must have water problem. They don't want to see them out demonstrating at the street. Them just call them friend and say, hello, look here. It's like 10 minutes now, the water lock off, and we don't see nothing happening. And the one on the next line said, 10 minutes? No, sir, we have to do something about it. Them call and take the class and say, hey, say, there's a part in Cherry Garden that it's 10 minutes now, them don't have no water up there. What are they doing? Boom. By the time the man go back and for flush him toilet, him some water. Me call. And me say, why? Me don't know why every time breeze blow, my light gone. Every time breeze blow, my light gone. And since the other day, the light are going like a Christmas tree, pepper light, half. And me I says, we are going. And you call them and them say, okay, I don't know what is happening up there, but we'll come. Just like the other day with the internet service. At 2 weeks, me I talk to them about my internet service and it now work. I wonder if certain people in a certain area have internet problem. Because Jamaica them live, they must have internet problem. But all them have to call, like me, I wait 2 weeks and I go down there with my eye red. Like me I smoke and me have pink eye. And me have to look here, I come for cuss long here, And say, Muta, what is that? What is the problem? What's the problem? I say, look here, it's 2 weeks now I try telling them my internet now work. And I keep a come down here and I keep a call and I tell them to send somebody. I'm going to reach the limit now. Because one of the time I think says, me did owe money while the internet lock off. And when I go pay the money, I see the internet still now work. And after 2 weeks. So maybe certain people at Cherry Garden call and say, tell me something. Last night I came home and my internet wasn't working. I hope it will be fixed by tomorrow morning. You hear? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're calling from Cherry Gardens. Okay, Russell Heights. Okay. By tomorrow morning, you wake up, you see your things at work. And Flow never opened them hours there. So you know it's not to work. So you know the thing get away. The thing get away, poor people. African people, Jamaican people, the majority. How we make the thing grab with so? How we make PNP and JLP just put news round the neck so and put you on a chair if you stand up and I say, just tilt and see what's going on. There is a thing, really, we are going to come back to it because the news are going on so now, but sir, Jackass said the world no level. And you have more than 2 Jamaica right now. You have more than 2 Jamaica. Really, you are good for the goose, not good for the gander. You have more than 2 Jamaica. And we see that a play out in how the thing work. We hope say them can do something to alleviate the crime in Jamaica. But I don't know if how them go about it and politicizing the thing now, making the thing become political. Because all of a sudden, every day I see PNP on TV now. How the hell PNP gets so big up in that thing? How them have so much talk? All these people have so much talk all of a sudden and them never did do nothing. We're going to go to the news and sports right now. Click it.
Good afternoon. I am Patrice Walters with the local and international headlines. The United Nations Development Programme UNDP is sending experts on crisis recovery to support the people of the Caribbean as they brave Hurricane Irma, one of the most powerful storms ever recorded in the Atlantic. UNDP says it has activated its crisis preparedness plans in several countries in the region and will support them both during the immediate response to this disaster and in crucial early recovery activities like debris and waste management, emergency employment, and supporting core government functions if asked. UNDP Assistant Secretary General and Regional Director for Latin America and the Caribbean, Jessica Feta, says the hurricane may severely impact people's livelihoods, directly affecting men, women, and children, impacting crucial activities for people, communities, and entire countries, such as areas of agriculture, fisheries, small and medium enterprises. While the storm has already reached several smaller Caribbean islands, it is forecast to hit the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Cuba. The UNDP says it is ready to provide support at the request of the respective governments. The Old Harbour Police have charged a man and a woman with illegal possession of ammunition. They are 20-year-old student Samuel Ferguson, otherwise called Sam, and 31-year-old security guard Smoyo Williams, both of Panton Lane in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. Reported at about 10:20 p.m., a police party was on patrol on East Street when Ferguson, who aroused their suspicions, was accosted and searched. 5 12-gauge cartridges were found in a knapsack he was carrying. About 11 p.m., Ferguson's house, which was occupied by Williams, was searched. 6 12-gauge cartridges were found in a suitcase belonging to her. Both were subsequently arrested and charged. They are scheduled to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday, September 15. In news overseas, French Interior Minister Gerald Collomb has revealed that a chance alert by a local tradesman has exposed a terror-linked bomb plot to target banks. Police were called on Wednesday to a flat in the southern Paris suburb where they found 100 grams of TATP explosives and chemicals. TATP has been widely used in jihadist attacks because it is relatively easy to produce. 3 men have since been arrested. The Interior Minister said the suspects had denied any terrorist motives, but he added that they had been in phone contact with people in Syria. Finally, the Syrian army says Israeli jets have attacked a site in the west of the country where Western powers suspect chemical weapons are being produced. An army statement says rockets fired from Lebanese airspace hit a military post, killing 2 soldiers. A monitoring group said they struck a scientific research center and based strong storing surface-to-surface missiles. Israel, which has carried out clandestine attacks on weapon sites in Syria before, has not commented. The attack comes a day after UN human rights investigators said they had concluded that Syrian Air Force jet had dropped a bomb containing the nerve agent sarin on Rebel Hill town in April, killing at least 83 people. Those were the local and international headlines. Major news is next at 5:45. From the RFM newsroom, I am Patrice Walters.
This is the Steppin razor, the art of war. We there already give thanks to Shane in the studio for rectify we go on last night. It was wonderful. And I sitting down here and I learned and all of a sudden I hear bloop, no, that's a weird. I just wish I listen to the party, just cut off. I don't hear. We give thanks. And you know we're going to play it now. We're going to play it now, you know. As you put it in there, we're going to play it, you know. And get it off our brains. We're going to play it. How much time before? 8 minutes. Or how much minutes that is? 7. It can run it tight, don't it? 7 and 3 and 10. No, we're going to play it after. We're going to play it after. Because we don't want it stop again in the middle. Okay. So is the order of the day, you know. A so-so. A so-so in Mount Salem is the big news in Jamaica. And not only that, but it's 2 big news outside of Jamaica, where one we hear about now, but one we don't hear about. We hardly hear about it. The other big news is the hurricane them. The FEMA. Where the one name, where match up the place out the other day? Where the one who mash up the place that day name? Irma.
Still ahead for Florida.
Yeah, and then the other one named Jose.
Yeah.
And then one gone in Mexico, the name Katie, and then you have another one. Them say after that, it's about 7 more left, you know. All right, so we say Barbuda get mashed up. Them have to evacuate the whole island. So everybody will live. I think it's about less than 2,000 people left on the island. So them have to move going at the nearby island. Them and say we are going, but it's a terrible thing. It's a really terrible thing. Because them say are the most powerful hurricane ever passed through the Atlantic. So it gone in Florida, so now. So they might evacuate certain parts in Florida. Now, here the next news when nobody now check, and when I hear nobody make no alabalu about it. This North Korean thing. This North Korean thing is a serious thing, you know. Because the brother now back long, you know. Because them wait till him create atomic bombs and all these things and test all them atomic bomb them. And my boy Trump, him they are threatening. But you know, say him is almost like the same man there, the man. It's like 2 mad people around the table. I don't believe you me. Trump, them put the 2 of them in a ring, Rasta. I make them fight it out by themselves. You understand? But really and truly, we have to watch where we are going, so you know. We have to really watch where we are going because the man them are deal with atomic bomb, nuclear bombs and all these things. And a threaten, one a threaten the other one, a threaten the other one. And then you have Japan near there, South Korea, and then you have China. And you know, so China take up for the North Korea and them. Iran take up for the North Korea and them. And Russia take up for the North Korea and them. America take up for Japan. America take up for South Korea. Yeah, South Korea there. And trust me, anything happen right now, you know. All we declare over here, so it no matter, you know. If you think, say, hurricane is our problem, make something start over there, so then you see problem. I bet you if something start over there, so the crime done in Jamaica. Me bet any man that say, if you hear a bomb drop right now, either from the North Korean them into America, or America decides why them are go totally wipe out the army in a North Korea, and then China go get mixed up in it. I bet you know more crime in Jamaica. Yeah, man. Because serious thing, you know, the man them talk about nuclear weapons, you know, and atomic bomb, you know, the man actually test an atomic bomb the other day, you know, it cause an earthquake. The man them say them feel the earthquake. We over in a South Korea there, and we over in one island near off the coast of North Korea there, so we really not check it because we have so much domestic problems and crime round we and all them something there that we really have to really contend with the round we are now with brains. That's why I say when me hear the youth say him have to thank God say him reach over 25, you know. Me I say boy, I should have even thank God and everybody else for make me reach where me reach as now because most youth now gonna reach that. Me glad say me born when me did born, you know, Regine and Citrin, because really and truly the thing them not nice, it not nice. It not nice at all. And when we look on all the politicians them are around the thing as now, it make you get it's like it make your mouth feel bitter. You know, it's like your mouth it just feel funny. Me feel funny. Really and truly, me feel funny right now, but we are going to Jamaica. Me feel funny. And when I say me feel funny, me feel like, wow, you know, me get all paranoid. Yeah, me I look on all Shamara and I wonder if she know all a bad man, we I look for her. And she come sit down beside me, and bullet a fly and me get licked. And she escape. You know, Neil come from Rover waiting him today, so me I wonder if him involved in anything. You know, see, if Neil give me a drive, no, me not drive with him. Come on, if a guy a trail him car, will be going to say, hey, Muta, I can't Muta. Me not busy to Muta, and I go for boom. Car, watch you know. The other day, them stop right up a leaders there, you know, on the top road there, you know. The traffic stop in a Montego Bay, you know, up a leaders. And a man come out of a car, you know, and walk, go to a man in a next car, you know, and pump 5 shots at the car, you know. And him not run, you know. Him walk, go back in his car and drive away. The man where the man where them shot at the Mercedes Benz from Ruthven Road there. A bright daylight them do that, you know. The man them first time at night time you hear murder go on, you know. Man I wait for murder people in the night, you know. Them youth are no business, night or day. Them have gun give you power. Gun it have power in it, you know. And it give a certain sense of security. Because you see the man who have a license gun, the reason why I have a license gun is to have a certain security. You see the youth who don't have no license on him gun, it give himself a security that the next man can't come trouble him. And him can't go trouble somebody without consequence. You understand? It's a terrible thing. Terrible thing. Okay. So, yeah, that was your 3 p.m. special pot draw. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Tune in later at 5 p.m. for another chance to win in top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, and cash pot draws. Yes, we just that half here about the money that is given for guns brought in. So, rifles, submachine guns, you get $150,000. Semi-automatic pistols and shotguns, $100,000. Revolvers, you know, say Neil now got carrying fee one for 75, but can spend more than that feet. $75,000. No, sir. But the $150,000 look away because, yes, explosive, negotiable. You're going, what? Where there? Negotiable based on amount? No. And that's what the government got in the regime. No, this is the thing get a weird, you know, that it's government that said them are going to negotiate for how much ammunition you bring in, you know. Eh? The government will negotiate for bringing ammunition, depending on how much you bring in. All right, so them go on to tell you too, you know, say, if you bring in a criminal, I tell him about a criminal, and the criminal is charged for the criminal, for the thing, you're going to get $1 million. I want the people in my Mount Salem to hear this. Or maybe it's all island. It's an all island thing. It's an all island thing. It couldn't be just Mount Salem. That if you know a criminal will murder somebody and you tell the police and him get charged, you're going to get $1 million. You know, some unscrupulous police out there say, boy, right now, we have a charge you, man, you know. And a 10% me want $250,000. Right? Or $100,000, which is 10% of $100,000. And you have to go to that, you know. Because I'm going to tell the man, say, hey, you want to see Neil come up here, come tell me, say, you kill the man down there the other night, you know. So Neil tell you that, Rasta? Watch me on him. You don't say Neil God out to rotting. No, it's a weird place we live in, you know, Neil. No, man, that tight thing, you know. You want to do the good thing, you know. You like some of them gunmen, though. You can't tell me some of them gun youth, you know, want to do the right thing, you know. But them get caught up in a cobweb, in a quagmire of madness. That them don't know no different. A youth part of the panel there and tell me, say, boy, Muta, boy, I have nothing to live fire right now in a regime. So if me dead, I just saw, you know. That youth then I'm 20s, you know. A clean windshield, you know. Him say, Muta, I have nothing to live fire right now, you know. So if me dead, no, I just saw. So you know what that mean? All a youth like that, him not care, you give him a gun, him is the most powerful person in Jamaica, you know. And a whole heap of youth stay that way there. How it reach there, so? You're looking at the dance hall, and you see all the youth, them, the mannerism and the way them, where them call dance, which is like beasts. You know, man a jump up on woman and a turn up like this and a jump and the woman them a light fire underneath them. Whatsoever them a light fire underneath her. I mean, I tell you, it get a weird. And you say Jamaica this Rasta. Jamaica where bring so much people come here, so come try get a certain level of spiritual awakening and come meditate like this is nirvana. At Jamaica this, you know. It's Jamaica this way. Right now you can't play domino comfortably again at a bar. Because you don't know who you play domino with. Right now you can't say right now you stand up a corner now and attack with your brethren them. Like when we are youth. When we are youth, the whole we live. When we live at Gresham Road, we live at Woodford Park, run a Woodford Park, that's all, Woodford Street. The whole we congregate at Bonnier Lane, underneath a light post. All 6 hours still long there. I contemplate which party we are going in at the night and if we are going to Vineyard Town or if we are going to Merritone and all them something there. We sit down there and congregate about it. And when we say Jeep, because you know police car coming up, because the Jeep light the nearer to one another, you start everybody find a yard, you know. But really and truly, you never fear other man are going to come in the corner, come do something. Because all really they talk about is, you know, girls and party and, you understand? Go up and camp, go swim and all them something there and them way there. And them things that we are talking about. We not talk about, hey, you know, say that boy there and a style man as boy and the girl nasty and the girl there for this and it get away. Because most youth up a corner and what that them a talk about. Them a talk about who did this, who and who, not this, who and all them something like that. I say, but wait, it's where going. What is going on? Okay. We have to talk to Major Basil Jarrett. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Mr. Jarrett, sir. Good afternoon, man.
Yes, how are you doing?
Oh gosh, man. I love you when you talk, man. I've been keeping up with your interviews.
Yes.
And you have some
paying close attention to this also.
So, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've been paying attention to it. Okay. You are the media officer.
For the JDF, yes. Well, for the JDF and for the ZOSO communication unit.
Okay. So I'm talking to the right person then.
Well, I hope so. Depends
All
on
right.
what the questions have to do with.
All right. Make me ask you a question first.
Yes.
You know. Who gave the Prime Minister the stats that he used to declare that this is 50 odd people died in the area, murdered? Who gave him that stats?
Well, I'm not sure if any stats were provided to the Prime Minister. I'm not sure what those stats said, but it's clearly stipulated in the Act that the Chief of Defence Staff and the Commissioner of Police would make a recommendation to the Prime Minister as to an area to be declared as zone. Whether or not statistics were provided, what those statistics were, I can't say. I'm not privy to that discussion at that level.
But you heard the Prime Minister mention a statistics though, and the Deputy Police Commissioner did mention a number.
Yes.
So nobody know where they got those numbers from then. Are you talking to the wrong person?
Well, it seems as if there were some inaccuracies in the numbers that were provided, but I think we have to be careful in assuming that the numbers are the only criteria.
No. Wait there. Don't jump the guns. We don't want to jump the guns. You know, we're talking about. We know that is not the only criteria. I'm just trying to find out who gave the Prime Minister that stats, and this Deputy Commissioner of Police can come on the television and say 54 murders, and then the Prime Minister reiterate it, and not only reiterate it, but says it's CLM choose themselves. So given the murders that take place in CLM, it's CLM choose themselves. Yes. I am adding up that when him says CLM choose themselves, it means that because of the amount of murders that is in CLM, that is why them go there. That is how I come to it. And I don't know if somebody think a different thing. I don't know how you see the statement.
That wasn't the only.
No, I'm never saying the only thing in the brethren. I understand that is not the only thing because you have a list of things that allow them to go there. But up to now, we cannot get a good reasoning. Where did the Prime Minister get those stats?
Well, the Prime Minister has asked the Commissioner of Police to respond within 48 hours.
But 48 hours gone now.
Right. So, in that case, that question ought to be answered in due time.
Okay. So when the program done, I will get the answer then. By the time the program
it may not come from me.
I know that.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So we here. All right. What is the Jamaica Defence Force role there? Is it the same as the police? Given that you have different training, is it the same role, or is to really complement the police there in order to carry out this?
Remember, it's a joint operation.
Okay.
And we spent a lot of time educating both our soldiers and the police as to what this new law means. So, for all intents and purposes, yes, we provide somewhat similar roles, but the police still retain a number of abilities that they would have had prior to this also. We have taken on some additional ones. For example, a soldier may now have the power of arrest in a particular situation. We've never had that before.
Yeah.
But on the ground, yes, the soldiers would be involved in carrying out checks. They'd be doing vehicle checkpoints. They'd be doing searches. They'd be doing the type of curfew and cordon operations that are really intended to flush out gunmen and to figure out where they're hiding the guns in these communities.
So it's what, 8 days now since it started?
Yeah, we started last week Friday at 10 a.m. Yes.
Okay, all right. So you're not expecting any big thing to happen yet, right? I'm going to say that.
But when you say big thing, what do you mean?
Like whole heap of gun fine, whole heap of criminals get evicted. You're not expecting that yet because you still have flush out certain things in the area.
Well, what we've always said is we want to clear the community of the criminals and the guns. Now, if it is a situation that we do not find many of the wanted men that we expect to find in Mount Salem, then we sort of achieve a part of the goal, because when you move criminals out of their natural habitat, it's actually easier for us to intercept them.
All right, explain that to me. Explain that part to me. When the criminal is on the move, it's easier to intercept them.
When they're displaced, yes.
Yeah, explain that to me. Because I think that if you know them in the community, you just go for them in the community. Why you don't wait till they leave the community? Actually,
no. It's much more difficult when they're there, because when they're there, you have a situation where they know the neighborhoods, they know the network, they have people who they can intimidate in order to hide their location.
But Major,
they know where to hide their weapons. It's home.
Yeah, Major.
It's home.
Major.
Yes.
With due respect here now.
Yes.
If you have the place covered totally with police and soldier, and the man in the community, him can't come out because you lack of the different places him to come.
Right.
All right. Oh, you go in, and you know it's who, you know them. Because most of the time the police know the criminal.
Well, as we're seeing now, a lot of persons in these communities don't have basic forms of identification.
All right, just a minute. Hold a minute there.
Sure.
Oh, all right, hold a minute. Just a minute. All right. Yes, this is the Steppin razor. We want to apologize for that little break in transmission there. I mean, we're not breaking transmission. It's just trying to rectifical coming through. You can do whatever you want to do. You know, everything free for do, but not everything good for do. Everything free for do, but not everything good for do. Yes. Steppin.
Yeah. Muta.
Yes, sir.
Go on, man.
Steppin razor.
Yeah, man, for real, you know. Long time I try to reach you, because I get to the point right away, because guess what happened? I just a little thing quick, because I can't take a long thing like some other man who step on the phone and not give you no chance to talk. Hear this now. The amnesty thing there. I don't want to depend today, but more run a little thing for you a little bit.
Which amnesty
then
thing?
give you a number so we can call up for the place. People who not want to hold for ticket. See him?
Nah, hear me.
You hear me?
Yeah, me I hear you, but you not hear me. Go on talk.
Yeah, me I hear you now. Come on your phone low, me no know.
Okay, go on talk, man.
Yeah. So we go up at the tax office, them send me to the courts office. Courts office run and say, yeah, me have 11 tickets. Give me a number and an email, we call them. Yeah, them say them going to send it through the email over 3 weeks now. And nobody you can get through to the amnesty office to that number. No email, nothing at all. So me I wonder what happened, because it will end up back to the same level where they might try to take it from.
You go back up there?
No, we don't need to go back up there based on what them tell you.
Yeah,
We don't go up there at all. Then give me a number.
Why you don't go back up there?
Huh?
If you not hear from them, why you wouldn't need to go back up there?
No, because me not have that amount of tickets. Because they might try to reduce the crowd up there. So you who have a small amount of ticket, just go to the tax office or the court's office down here, them give you a number to call them and you give them an email and them send the printout
And
through the email and give them. We can't get through to them again, nor get no email, not all.
Yeah.
So when me that try to say now is that them why them not free up the tax office so we can just go there. Them will license number we name and free up.
Yeah.
And that me want you work on for me, because I now hold up the line for a long time.
All right, sir. Give time. Hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, man, I want you push for it for me, see?
All right, blessed. Yes, the man said the tax office are go you know. Okay, here we go.
Jadan. Empress.
Certain connection. We have two people joining us with the major. Major?
Yes, I'm still here.
You're still hearing me? Okay, that's beautiful.
Yes, man.
We want to know if Superintendent Steppin is there.
Yes, I am on the line.
Beautiful. Okay, we still talk to the major about the people them who you say if them on the move, it's easier to catch them rather than them in the community. I try to wrap my head around that idea. So you really explain it to me.
Right. So as I was saying, the theory only works if you have a very solid displacement strategy. In other words, you have to be set up and prepared to intercept, to catch these guys as they're moving out of the community.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes it easier because if they're traveling, we assume that they're traveling with their weapons. Because remember now. Yeah. The gang violence that you have, a gang member can't be afforded to be caught without
them things, yes.
So, right. So if you have a strong and robust enough displacement strategy, then it can work.
All right. And so you have that robust strategy in place?
That strategy would have been a part of the overall ZOSO operational strategy.
No, what we're talking about in CLM as we speak now, is that strategy robust?
Come again, I can't hear you.
The strategy that you speak of, if the criminals are moving from the community, is there a strategy right now that is so robust that it will stop them from leaving or apprehending if them try to leave?
I have every confidence in it. I can't speak much about it, obviously. I can't speak too much about what the capabilities are, but I have every confidence in it.
All right. We know that there's a lot of the criminals that the police them know them is criminal in certain areas. Them know who is creating the problem.
Right.
All right. But if CLM is one of those places that have like active criminality then, and we know that the police them know some of the criminals them. But you don't think that after 8 days them should have hold on upon 2 of them already?
Well, the assumption is that the criminals are still in the community.
So that means that they move before they come there then?
That is possible.
But
why they would have moved before they come? The country has been expecting this zone of special operation to come at any minute, and it wouldn't surprise us that a lot of them from various hotspots across the country would have already mobilized and have moved.
Well, it look like them don't move from Clarendon or Westmoreland because them still kill people on there.
But you have to remember now, the ZOSO is not the only operational activity going on. The rest of Jamaica still needs to be policed. And so we do have a very strong security presence in those areas. But as we've seen in the past couple of days, as you move to one area, there's a flare-up somewhere else, and it is quite a task for the security forces.
You're aware that the night when this thing was announced, there was a gunshot in a Granville, which is like not very far from, I
think that was Monday night.
Yeah, there was a lot of gunshot fired there.
Yes. From my understanding, that explosion erupted Monday based on a police operation on the weekend.
Yes.
So we have to remember that the rest of the country is still being policed and we're still trying to maintain law and order outside of the zone of special operation.
All right.
Yeah.
The argument about soft target, in other words, no one is saying, we are told now, the public is told that we shouldn't have expected that the police would go into the most volatile areas first. They have to really test out the the thing in a more softer area, and CLM is a softer area. This is after we were told that this is not a soft area. We were told that 50 odd murders take place there. So really and truly, is this something that is in the minds of the people them who said the first one first is now reviving it to make it sound like, yeah, them never really talk about 54 people get murdered there?
No. Remember, I listened to General Anderson's interview yesterday, and I think people are misunderstanding something here. The point the General was making was that this also is very new. It's very, very different. Our soldiers and the police have never operated in this manner in a community so designated before. So it does make sense that there would be a lot of learning points, a lot of things that you could improve on by going after, for want of a better word, an easier target. Now, the fact that you're going to be learning from that and following through on that in the second or third zone of special operations is very important, because the General did not say when the next zone of special operation could be called. It could be called days after, weeks after, we don't know.
Major.
Yes.
This is after the fact, The idea about tests and seeing if it can work is after the fact that this was supposed to be one of the major places of murder. This is
I would say we were not testing to see if it could work. We were
a soft
No, I wouldn't use that phrase.
All right,
what
a
we
soft
were doing,
target.
what we were doing
It was a soft
is putting ourselves in a position where we can learn as much as we can about a ZOSO dispensation in order to improve on further operations.
So why was the public and the Prime Minister duped, I would say, into believing that the reason why them got there is because this place was a major 50-odd murder place? Why was the Prime Minister led sideways to actually repeat that on the radio? And the people them actually believe that. And now we hear now say, well, according to what you say, since it's a new thing, I mean, them could have explained that before. Because it leave a bitter taste in the public mouth when them hear say it's the worst area, and then Uncle Fear now say, well, the reason why we go there, I mean, be honest, Major.
Yes.
It not sound funny to you.
Well, as a military person, it makes sense to me. As a military person, it makes sense to me. As a civilian, it might be a little bit more difficult to digest. Why we would do something like this. But it makes perfect sense to me as a military person.
So the Prime Minister never know that? The Prime Minister never know that?
The point I'm making, Muta, is that, yes, we might not have gone after the most difficult zone first, but a timeline was never given as to how long this learning it would take for this learning to take place.
So it's learning there. So we say now that what them doing in
we have learned a lot coming out of the first couple of days.
That's what I'm saying.
For example, just the basic requirement for the ID, the identification in the community. We've learned so much that we can actually improve on.
So we, the public, must really expect no great things out of CLM, but the next one maybe.
No, I think we should expect great things out of Salem. This is also a social intervention operation. It's not the type of situation we're going to militarize an area and have people living under a strong military presence. It's a social intervention project, and from that perspective, the public should expect a lot from it.
All right,
because these are the things
from
that
the
create
social intervention,
from the social.
All right, we must expect something from the social intervention, not necessarily the weeding out of the criminals.
The weeding out of the criminals is a part of a broader strategy.
Yes.
The displacement strategy is a significant component of that operational piece.
When you say displacement, what you mean? You mean move them from one place to the next?
We want these criminals to move out of their safe haven. We want them to move out of their safe havens, because when they're in these communities and they're dug in, it's more difficult to detect.
So when they move out of CLM, they're not going to go in on next haven?
Well, that is the expectation. Now, if the displacement strategy is robust enough, that is where we're supposed to be seeing the catchment. We need to trust the process.
Superintendent.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Oh, you did, sir.
I'm okay. All right. Explain. I want to hear it from the police perspective here now, because the police is the ones who is guiding this thing through. And I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked the major. When the Jamaican people was told that 50 odd people was murdered in that community, and the Prime Minister came and said, and also added and said, it's the community of CLM that choose themselves. Meaning that it is because of the rampant criminality that is taking place there with 50 odd murders, why it's going to start there. Only to hear now, less than a week after that, it's really not because it is the biggest crime area, you know, but we have to go in there because it's almost like a soft target in order to get the thing right. Isn't that a kind of turnaround?
All right. So let me see how to put this into context. What I gather, and of course, by now, persons would have known that figure was incorrect, and the correct figure will be made known very soon. But when it contemplates putting together a zone of special operation, and the main objective of the zone of special operation, it was not just that went. A number of factors were taken into consideration in selecting the based on what we were told, selected this particular area as the first zone. So we have heard arguments that there are places that had different criminal activities, different issues, but the bottom line is that when and that's what was said, I think, even when Major, this amazing thing that all the elements that would qualify a community to be declared a zone of special operation were present in the community that was so chosen.
Yes.
Right, it met the threshold of being named a zone of special operations. I don't know in terms of rank 1, 2, 3, but it is the zone that's taken place. Now, the main objective of the zone of special operation and what we're trying to achieve is where we go into a particular space and we start off by using the security forces to work on what we refer to as a clear and hold situation, where we will have a number of operational activities, doing a lot of things. The purpose of that first phase is to ensure that we bring the community to a level where the other agencies which will bring on board the social intervention component can come in and work. So you have the utility companies that want to come into the community to work. They will not come in because of the fear of crime and what they think can happen if they come to do some regularization of the utilities.
Yes.
We also have other agencies that want to come into the community. We have the National Works Agency. There's the whole question of garbage collection, among other things. Now, our duty is to stabilize the community so that those agencies can come into the community and work. And then in terms of the building process now, what is it that we are trying to build?
All right.
We are trying to build the resilience of the people so that they get to the point where there's a different mindset that they can operate in an environment where they don't necessarily have to support criminality, whether by force or fear or intimidation.
But
Lindsay, they get to the point where they believe they have a right and accept that they have a right to safety and security.
Superintendent Lindsay. Superintendent.
Yes, sir.
All right. You see what you're saying? We are quite aware of what you're saying, and I'm just trying to get a perspective here, right? We know about the interventions and things. What it sounds to me like is that the police and the soldier will be there when the other part of it is being implemented to make the public service come in and all these things. All right. So now, even if you don't catch no criminal, because if I was a criminal in another community today and I did a fire gun every morning, I will stop fire the gun. It don't mean I will stop become criminal. I will stop fire the gun. No. Is it that we're not going to stay there till GPS come in and install light or GPS, the road and fix the water rate? We're not going to do all of that with the presence of the police and the soldier? Or is it that we're not going to clear the area of the criminalities, leave the area, go to our next area, and then have the people them there? Or everything is going to be done one time?
Simultaneous. It's a simultaneous thing. So we will be there. So if it's necessary for us to be there while that is happening, we will do it, because we one of the big talk is that we're not finding the guns and so on. We know that for the most part, guns are based on the data where guns are there. We have not found them yet, but we understand a gun is one of the biggest assets in a criminal network.
Definitely.
And they are going to hide those guns from us.
I assume that you don't have some whole heap of dog in there. Or this is a secret. I assume you don't have enough dog in there.
We have everything. So we know they're going to hide the guns from us. They may even move the guns from this community to another community because it is the gun that is their biggest asset. So they're going to hide them. So as we build out in the community, we are very well aware that there are persons in the community who know where the guns are.
Is there a time frame you're talking about here?
Because they don't trust us yet. They don't have the confidence yet. But we know as we build out and we build that trust and confidence, we will get the information. So, our intelligence network will also be at work. So
make I ask you a question here. Make I ask you a question. When you're planning this strategy, was there a time frame to say that the police and the soldiers are going to stay there at a certain time and they were going to move to a next area? Or is it indefinite? We're not going to be there indefinite?
All right, part of the strategy and, of course, what the law says, in the first instance, you can be there for up to 60 days.
Okay.
And if at that time you're still not satisfied with where you are,
yes,
then the Prime Minister can go back to Parliament and get more time. But what we're trying to move away from is having these high-level security operations and you go in and you hold the place for 2 months or 3 months, nothing happened. Then you leave the community with nothing else happening other than the police and soldiers stay there. And then when you leave the community, then 6 months we have to come there to live there for another 2 months and then we leave. We're trying to develop a model where when we come into a community and we apply the clear, the build and the whole strategy, I mean, similar to what we did in a community in Kingston called Grandspin years ago where we spent some time in the community. We put some resources in it.
But that wasn't done. That wasn't done in 60 days, you know. Miss Lindsay, that wasn't done in 60 days, you know. That community station with the police and everything, that wasn't done in 60 days.
And that is why I'm saying is that we don't put a timeline onto how long we will stay. We don't set those timelines. What we intend to do, and I've heard the policymakers say that we will remain in a community until the objectives are met.
So maybe you are there until like 3 years' time then?
We don't know. It depends on how soon the community adopts. It depends on how soon the building process, and it depends on quite a number of factors. But we don't know what the future will hold. Definitely, we are working towards a goal, but at the same time, it's collaboration, all of us, to include the citizens, critical role that we all play.
All right, so
we need your support as well.
I am supporting it. I am supporting it, but I'm trying to find the things them that make my mind not at ease. I am supporting it, but my mind is not at ease at certain things. For instance, if you say that there's no timeline on this thing, when you have other communities that need the same intervention, that you're what I'm calling Zoko need intervention, and you are saying that there's no timeline on it, which means that you could be there 2 years, 3 years trying to fix CLM. What is going to happen when the stress of the police and the soldier them come in play, and then you have Clarendon still to deal with, Marvally, all over Westmoreland, Trelawney, Hanover. What is going to happen if this thing do have a timeline where you say, we're going to get this thing done by that time? Because it's going to sound like we're build up a garrison for a political party.
Let me help you a little bit there. Because what happens is that we are doing regular assessments. So you start off with a heavy clearing. If the social intervention come in now and start building and start managing their own, it stands to reason that we are going to pull back on some of the security forces' assets to be redeployed in another area. So if we start now and 8 months later we still need the same kind of security presence, it means that we are not achieving the objective. So we want persons to kind of start thinking of a new regime of how we are doing community safety and security. Don't just get stuck on the old time regime. It's a new thing. We are working through. We are doing the daily assessment, and as we assess, so when we do the assessment, we are able to say what risk factor is there. Can we pull? We want to have a day will come when the citizens function on their own without having to have police and soldiers in their community. That's our goal.
And that day, remember the mindset of the people, them is years of this mindset, you know, and we are saying now in the next. We don't know when the mindset going to totally turn around, because this new thing is happening in this community, Mrs. Superintendent Lindsay. We don't say it need. I mean, the idea is good on paper. The idea sound like marvelous, like, you know, wishing, hoping and thing. But the criminals, the thing seem to, because we don't think we're going to get a criminal thing flushed out. We're going to turn to the social intervention, hoping that the people them will inform the police where the criminal them is in the community. When we feel that the community and the police might have known that the criminal them leave and go to our next community. And according to the major is saying that it's easier to catch them when them on the run. I don't understand that logic, but since he's a soldier, he must know something that I don't know. Oh, you want to have the man out of the community with him gone?
But I think, Mr. What Major was saying, that what you find is that when in a community, sometimes the displacement strategies sometimes work, and this is where the rest of Jamaica comes in. If we make an assumption, because criminals are most effective in their domain, in their stronghold.
Yes.
And if they run away from their stronghold where they have the influence, they have the resources, and they have the support, once they move out of that space and go into another space, they are more vulnerable. So you're a criminal in your own community. People protect you because whether by fear or something else. When you go to another community now where you are a stranger,
yes,
and where we are encouraging persons to say, if you see a strange person in your community, call the police, call the Zozo hotline.
But Superintendent, you don't think most criminals don't murder people in their own community? Most of the criminals them now murder people in their own community. There's outside of them community them do it.
And so that is why we can't do it alone. We want the rest of Jamaica to come on board. You see a strange person in your community, because it's only a matter of time. When they move into your space, they're going to set up a criminal empire. So we want to keep them moving. We want to keep them on their toes to the extent that they decide that, you know what, I'm not going to bother with this criminal thing. It's not working out. Because everybody can be converted.
Well, it sounds utopic to me. Trust me. It sounds very utopic. Like we're hoping that this is how it's going to work without really having some concrete strategy to make it work. To me, it sounds like we're going to hope so the people them fall in line. We're going to hope so the criminal them get identified outside of them community. And we're going to hope all of these things. It just sounds like sound to me like we're hoping without any serious strategy.
No, but in addition to that, we are doing our own work. We are doing our intelligence gathering.
The work is sounding like it's open
on our operations.
Maybe we really need a divine intervention. Nobody answered that. Anyway, as I said before, I really hope that it works, and we understand what you're saying, but it's still though I feel almost some part of me feel insecure. If you don't really want it to work, and I think most Jamaican people still like me, where they really don't like see it work, but there's a kind of insecurity given what we have heard before and the past experiences of these things, and we are saying, but you know, here comes the hope again. Hope.
All right, give us a chance.
No, me are giving a chance. Me are giving a chance, No, we are giving a chance, man. We hope. That's what I say. Hope. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible says faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. Is a Bible verse that. So most of we now depend that kind of level now. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Even though there's no evidence of it.
I think though, Musa, you must admit that this also is the first in a very long time that we've taken a different, sustainable, long-term development.
But I don't see the difference. On here, on paper, I don't see the difference.
You know, the word I use, the key word I use was long-term. It's not going to happen overnight.
I know it's not going to work overnight, but it sounds to me like the people them not see them think it's going to work overnight.
We've had a lot of short-term strategies in the past, and we haven't really moved forward. So I think
we're not going to bring in some Chinese soldier inside our bridge, because really and truly, the amount of community them that is affected right now with this thing. For CLM, which is like a small community, and you talk about places like Clarendon, Westmoreland, and over them things.
But Mota, it could be Clarendon today, tomorrow it could be Rockport, the day after that.
But then now CLM are going to leave. When they're not gone, so the criminal, them are not idiot in the brethren.
No, when we leave Mount Salem, the plan is for Mount Salem to be a to be able
Hope,
to
the
sustain
hope
itself.
is,
And
the hope is for that happen.
The plan.
Yeah,
The plan.
but yeah, the plan on paper, you can't plan anything, but is it a concrete plan?
Yeah, but you tell me something in life that isn't like that. You name
A
anything
concrete
in
plan?
life
Yeah,
that
man.
isn't
Oh,
like that.
me? Oh, gosh, man. I make a whole heap of concrete plan for my family all the while, man.
Yeah, and
All
you
the
never
while,
know.
make
And you
concrete
never
plan.
know what might happen tomorrow.
No, but it's a concrete plan. That
It's
if
a
it don't happen
concrete
tomorrow,
plan.
it
And
works.
that's what this also is. That's what this also is.
All right,
Not
well-
built on hope.
Anyway, I must tell you no though.
Yes.
Whosoever give the Prime Minister wrong information, don't do it again, yeah, because only make the man look away out the road, yeah. Only make the man really look away out the road. And I have to go start to say things again. You know, when a man says, you know, them say a lie cover up, a lie is still a lie, I go get cover up. It's that.
Yes.
It's like, it's not a lie, I tell you, no. It's just information where I'm get no go so. And when
It
they
has
pass it
caused
on,
some
we
problems,
take terrible.
yes. It has caused some problems.
Okay,
But
sir.
it doesn't negate the fact that it also is an important initiative. And most Jamaicans should
Very
support
important
it.
initiative.
Yes, very.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Thanks for having
Major
us.
Basil Jarrett and Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
By the way,
Mr.
is you on the
Booth, and
TV
I'm
with a
sure you're
shortcut
gonna
ear?
be
Tell me, is you on the TV with a
those
shortcut
overtime.
ear? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Hey, Major, I don't talk to you, though, that the superintendent I talk to.
All right.
Yes, Muta.
Is you
Yeah,
on the
let me get
TV
back
with a
to work.
shortcut
Take care.
ear?
Right, so
You look good.
thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
you look good in your khaki. You look good. All right.
Thanks.
Okay, give thanks.
All the best.
Yes. Yes, that was Major Basil Jarrett, Civil Military Cooperation and Media Affairs Officer at the Jamaica Defence Force, and Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay. You know, I had talked to them, I'm still not feel comfortable. You know, it's like them never motivate me to feel like, say, them have the thing. It's like an experiment. CLM is an experiment because the first thing I tell them is them to clear the place that GPS can come in and get the money. In other words, the whole heap of people are thief light inside the community. That is criminality, you know. So I don't know if that is a criminal thing where they talk about, say, GPS have to get their money, you know, so we have to move GPS come in here, that them can regularize the thing. You understand? And other things going to happen, like them going to keep a fair this weekend and, you know, give the children them toys and this and that, books and things. I don't know. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable because I understand hope. I understand hope, you know. Yeah, and my name Hope. And that my mother name, my father give me name, and him name Hope too. So me is Hope the second, you know. So me is 2 times the Hope. It's not that me don't understand hope, but me really want to touch something tangible. Me want to feel that, yes, the police them dead there, and when the police them clear out the place with the criminality, them intervention will come, but them do it together. That means say, even if the criminal them still in there, them are going to bring in the intervention, which is that them I don't know. So in other words, you know, the part where we did think say is the major part, get rid of the criminal them. The part where them are concentrate upon now is to bring in GPS and people, psychologists and all them things you know, for regularize electricity and, you know, make the road them clean or whatsoever asphalt with asphalt. That really, how long it will take? We don't know. We don't know because we might have to go back long there when the election are going to call the next time. You understand? We don't know. We don't know. Click it. We're going to open the phone them. What is on your mind? Maybe dip on my mind too. But I don't mind. Open the phone them. Coming through. Yes, Ian.
Greetings, Zion.
Blessed man.
First and foremost, first light, September month, so we want to say, blessed earth month, greetings to Ascome.
Yes.
And belated wholehearted greeting, greetings. And we want to say, blessed earthly greetings to Goddess Law. Yes. Special soul, you know? Say, the guns. You listen me, you hear me clearly?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man.
Good.
Chance to talk,
The guns. You see, the dog, yes. good recommendation. Because once they're well trained, they will do the thing. But
Yeah,
the
man,
human element inside of this gun gathering is the woman them, the wombs. We keep saying it. They can be a major instrument in getting guns out of the hands of those murderers. We know that. And we see it work in other places, you know. We are listening, the reasoning with the police them, you know.
Yeah.
And special zone and whatever. When asked about the success of this to move on to other communities, we noted that they said, one of them said, they expect social intervention. Aya Congo, not just in Jamaica alone, but in other islands. You see the economics that is involved in proper social net to make the thing work, that money is not in the pool. And listen, the politicians, them, the heads, them, not just in Jamaica, all throughout the Caribbean, they are failing to individually and collectively CARICOM, etc., to confront the white world and say, look now, you see this national debt thing, wipe it away. We do not now we and can't pay. So first thing on the table, no national debt. Move that. Because it's about economics. It's about money, it's about wealth. And this pauperized kind of thing we're going on with hand-to-mouth and playing games with people's life. Human beings are superb, ought to be living the best there is. And it cannot work unless these people have the will to confront white supremacy. That case ain't sure yet, you know. We are the same human cargo, you know. We're still there, you know. We can go on and on, but economics, see, that same issue there concerning the present Honorable Prime Minister who said, you know, the money is not there. The recommendation is good and fair, but the money is not there. We keep saying that. That is irresponsible, and we're not holding it against him personally, because as we say, it's all of them. They do not have the will to set the economic stability that is necessary to make this thing work, so that we can deal with our people in every nook and cranny where they're there. Get to wherever, Aya Congo. We are the dispersed people.
Very
we didn't beg them to bring us here, you know.
Very disturbed and traumatized, Virgin.
Virgin, it's terrible. Quickly, we noticed, we in a couple of days, in 4 days, a new year begins at home. We note that we observe that every time a new year, every time the 11th of September comes around, and a new year begins on the continent, in that area of the continent, a lot of things happen in Asia. It's like as if, read it up to say, well, Ethiopia, a new year, a new time, whatever the month, weeks, and what, calendar different.
Mascaram. Calendar. The month is Mascaram in Ethiopia.
Yes, indeed. It seems like Ethiopia vibes in such a way that the whole of Eurasian Aya Congo, the whole cosmic things just happen universally. Because, remember, you know, unless this, we are in a racist scenario, this is just truth, you know. Unless the first race set humanity in trouble in Aya. Yes, it's right said.
We have to move. We have to move. Give thanks, Virgin. Yeah, the Virgin attack the truths. Google coming through. You can do whatever you want to do. You know, everything free for do, but not everything good for do. Everything free for do, but not everything good for do. Yes. Steppin.
Yeah. Muta.
Yes, sir.
Go on, man.
Steppin Razor.
Yeah, man, for real, you know. Long time I try to reach you, because I get to the point right away, because guess what happened? No, I just a little thing quick. I can't take a long thing like some other man who step on the phone and not give you no chance to talk. Hear this now. The amnesty thing there. I don't want to dep on today, but more run a little thing for you a little bit.
Which amnesty
Then
thing?
give you a number so we can call up at the place. People who now want one for ticket. See him?
Nah, hear me.
You hear me?
Yeah, me I hear you, but you not hear me. Go on talk.
Yeah, me I hear you now. Come on your phone low, me don't know.
Okay, go on talk, man.
Yeah. So we go up at the tax office, them send me to the courts office. Courts office run and say, yeah, me have 11 tickets. Give me a number and an email, we call them. Yeah, them say them go and send it through the email over 3 weeks now. And nobody you can get through to the amnesty office to that number. No email, nothing at all. So me I wonder what happened, because it will end up back to the same level where they might try to take it from.
So you go back up there? You go back up there?
No, we don't need to go back up there based on what them tell us.
Yeah,
We don't go up there at all. Them give me a number.
Why you not go back up there?
Huh?
If you not hear from them, why you wouldn't need to go back up there?
No, because me not have that amount of tickets. Because them try to reduce the crowd up there. So you who have a small amount of tickets, just go to the tax office or the court office down here, and then give you a number to call them, and you give them an email and then send the printout
Yeah.
through the email, and we can't get through to them again, nor get no email, not all.
Yeah.
So when me that try to say now is that them why them not free up the tax office so we can just go there. Give them a license number we name and free up.
Yeah.
And that me want you work on for me, because I hold up the line for a long time.
All right, sir. Give time. Hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, man, I want you push on it for me, see?
All right, blessed. Yes, the man said the tax office are go you know. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, Brother Muta.
Blessed man.
Give thanks, man. David Tan, man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, me I hear you.
Last night, man, when me said me feel so bossy with the online and wait to get you, because me call Empress Mid for them, you know. And them are listening for hear me, you know. And Gary, you know, me say, you're going to hear me and Mr. Muta now. And them feel good, but we never get a chance to come through, man. But me get greetings to you from Empress Midfield and Gary and Mama Jai.
Okay.
So if you heal up you, so me tell them, say, you have to just talk to Mr. Muta, but enough people have stop me and say, boy, then me just run left your fast before you run me off for the show.
But the last time you called me, the same thing you say, man.
Yeah, man, so me just hear the pants of the show so nice last night, man.
All right, sir.
With full joy, give thanks, here.
Yeah, man, Harry, man.
Take it away, Mr. Mutabaruka.
CL.
Hail Muta.
Blessed man.
Evening, my brother.
Harry.
You know, so that major man, they're stupid, this man tell you though.
Which part of it that's stupid?
Yeah, man, I'm stupid, this man tell you about the crime thing there, man.
No, you have to be more, tell me exactly what you're talking about.
The special operation thing.
Yeah, which part of it is stupid? Which part of it?
They might tell us that when a gunman, them leave them community better for them. What you have a whole gunman when they leave them community?
Well, they might expect, say, the people them in the other community are going to say a strange man in them community and report it to the police, but not
no,
sir,
so. It's a criminal. Them do other work for other gunman in the other community.
Yeah, man.
I
don't understand some people. Oh, the brother they are call the radio station and I talk about the police don't know where I say, and him say him just say a while ago on the radio. Brethren, you don't have no sense, Rasta. You really don't have no sense at all. How are them people, man? The man called to criticize somebody and him do something worse than what the man just do a while ago. No, Rasta. I hope you man listen to me, you know, brethren. You just know what you do a while ago. You know exactly what you do a while ago. I don't understand you. I don't understand you at all. I mean, I know, say, can me feel irate them way. Them feel irate too. I mean, say certain things, but you can't say certain things that far, brethren. Really and truly. I can't believe so the man just said what him say a while ago, you know. It's like nobody like it out there. And the two of we had gone up on it quickly. And the two of No. It's like the two of we had gone up on it. Oh, that's that. Well, I know how you feel. No, me too. Would I like play a record and go get some ear? No, trust me. Because that brother they don't use the rasta. No, really and truly. No, I totally disrespect that, you know. Me need to get some ear. After that brother they call me a while ago. You know, yeah, turn up the AC. Go turn up the AC. Neil, go turn up the AC out there. I'm going to walk, go try, go get. You know, some me don't really want to take the work, huh? You know, because, the brother just damp my spirit, Rasta. No, me I tell you, you want the 12 inside, that's all. You want the 12 inside, that's all. Yeah, Ian.
Muta.
Yeah.
Respect no man.
Irie.
You make me a laugh. You hear me ask the brother.
Why you laugh?
Yeah, the topic a while ago, the youth there, you know, me I listen and I laugh.
Where him say? Where you hear him say?
I didn't want to go in there, you know, because I drive and passenger and my vehicle.
No, you didn't hear what him say?
Not necessarily, the passenger to them hear what him say, but me didn't follow it up. But the tickets, amnesty on a serious note.
No, wait. Let me have to clarify this first. Is a taxi you drive?
Yes, man.
Where the passenger them say them hear?
Where you him say, lady? What him say? What him say?
Them no hear, man.
When the gunman going on the area.
All right, them no hear. It's all right. Them no hear.
Man, so them go do work for other people.
No, it's all right. Them no hear.
Yeah, that she say. All right, but Muta, on a serious note, on the ticket amnesty today, you know, say, them say me have 16 tickets, so you know, and only 4 me have really. So me don't know if them add more to the system, so.
Me don't know. Maybe you did have somewhere you never realize, you did have.
They say me have 16.
And you have 16 in your hand?
And only 4 me have.
Eh?
Yeah, so me have 4 outstanding tickets and now me have 16.
Okay, me don't know.
So you need
them show you the 16? Them show you them?
No, me email them to me.
So you see when them stop you with the ticket them? You see with the time them?
Me ticket the party we pay for already.
Oh, we pay for already?
Yeah.
Oh, well maybe them not send you a whole thing about how much you pay and how much you don't pay.
No, you can't do that. You can't send tickets we pay for already.
Oh, okay, that them say?
Yeah, you need to rectify the part there because tickets we pay for already cannot be paid for again.
Yeah. Well, you email them back and tell them?
Well, I aware of that. I want to make it be known, you know what I mean? That means
no, wait, hold on, man. Me ask if you email them back and tell them.
No, I'm not email them back and tell them.
But you don't think the best thing to do
is... I don't know who forgot to really.
No, I'm not about go to. You never get an email.
Yeah, I get an email. So should I email back and tell them?
Then that's not the best thing for the brethren.
All right, I'll do so then.
Then it means them will listen to me on the radio, so it means them will answer the email.
Then we will listen to you, man.
Yeah, but the email is more personal. The email more personal.
Everybody call you because I'm listening to your program because you're the biggest thing in Jamaica, you know. Right now, you know.
No, nobody will say that again, you know.
No, me I tell you, say you turn up Jamaica loud today. I tell you.
You type taxi?
Turn up loud today.
You taxi, man?
Yes, man. I boss me drive, man. I'm holding everybody in there listening to you right now.
All right, turn it up then. Turn it up.
Yeah, man. You run this country. You hear me tell you?
All
you
right,
feel your
sir.
team. Come on, be a part of your team.
Yeah, when me I look for run from the country.
If you left me, mash up, man.
No, go so on. I have Prime Minister holding this one. Oh, yeah, man. All right, we have to move.
I'm going to do what you say. I'm going to email them back.
Yeah, man, email them back, man. Email them. All right?
All right, my general.
Yeah. All the way from wherever she is. RFM News Editor. Good afternoon.
Hello, Muta. How are you doing?
Why you leave me and don't tell me say you're leaving? Is Florida you there?
It was my regular vacation time.
Oh, it's a vacation you there, pan?
Yes.
Right in the hurricane, you going to take vacation?
Well, Muta, when I left, there was no hurricane.
No, but come like you on them planet.
No, I didn't.
So what is happening there in Florida? Where in Florida you is?
I'm actually in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, just so?
Sunrise, specifically, Fort Lauderdale.
So that is not one of the area where them say mandatory evacuation?
Parts of the area nearer to the shoreline, where the sea is at, they have been telling people to move away from those areas because of the possibility of storm surge, and that's one of the big fears that the authorities here have at this time. So a lot of the people living nearer the seashore, they are the ones that are being told to to leave the area. But other people from other parts of the state, though, have been getting out to Tennessee, Georgia, and the other adjoining states.
Yeah. So what is happening now? I mean, rain falling, breeze a blow, chicken out a door. What is happening?
Okay, well, yesterday there was some rain, but they say that was not connected to the system because, of course, that's about 2 days or so away. Yeah. Today it's sunny. So a lot of people, though, have been completing their preparation for the storm.
Yes.
What I can tell you, though, is that all the local stations here, since the beginning of the week, actually, every newscast has been talking about the storm and the urgency of the situation and the fact that people need to prepare. So when you go on the road, what you will see, like right now, hundreds, thousands of cars are heading out of state, depending on where in Florida people are.
Yes.
But in terms of some of the counties and the smaller parts of the state, what you find is long lines at the gas stations, long lines in the store. I remember the other night we went into one of the bigger stores, and the lines were curved. And you know that these stores are very large, and they have several cashiers, and you see the lines going around several corners and so on. The gas stations still the same. There are several gas stations that are out of fuel. They're saying they're giving escort to some of the tankers bringing in the fuel as well, and so that people can get gas to leave, because I think it was one of the sheriff was saying today that it's a bad thing to be caught on the road without gas, so they're trying to get gas in, escorting the gas in so that people can fill up, but the lines continue to be long in terms of at the gas station.
So when you
go to the supermarket shelves,
when they say it's going to reach there, Saturday or Sunday, them say?
All right. Well, what we've been told via TV and listening to the various press conferences, they're saying that the first effects should be felt Friday evening, and then it intensifies into the weekend, into Sunday, Monday. But of course, because the storm could go either way, and it's wobbling a little here and there, nobody is certain, but they're definitely saying as of Friday evening. So the rail services, some of the airports are closing down today or early tomorrow, because they're saying they're anticipating the first effects being felt as of tomorrow night.
Friday. All right, so tell me something now. The one that came after Jose, that is supposed to be upon the Gulf there, it not having an effect upon Florida. It's just right, like far back, way over in the other side of America, right?
As I understand it, Florida wouldn't be affected by Katia.
Katia, I mean, yes.
So, right, and it's more, from what I can remember, it's more to Mexico. The Mexico end.
Yes.
Right, but then of course you don't know how the wind may change or turn and the things going on. But right now, all the focus right now is on Irma, and as I said, every newscast, every TV, the local channels, that once you turn it on, right now I'm watching one of the local channels, and from morning it has been just continued coverage and urging people to get out if you need to get out, evacuate, stock up, and all of that.
So I'm assuming that you and your family and relatives taking precautions.
Yes. So the hurricane shutters are up. I think we just have maybe one to put up for the main window, but all the others are up. We have stocked up on water and other supplies as well. So it's just a matter of waiting and seeing what happens.
Well, when you come back, you're going to need another vacation. That's all that a vacation. That's serious thing.
That's but one of the things though, Musa, that really impressed me about the people of Florida is how early people began taking the necessary steps, because I remember on Monday, before that hurricane even touched the smaller islands, people were the businesses were running out of water, running out of gas. So for a full week before the anticipated arrival of the system, people were stocking up. People were buying plyboard. You'd go on the road and you see trucks passing with plyboard. You go to the supermarkets and you see the long lines. So nobody is waiting until the last minute to get their hurricane supplies. Batteries and all those stuff were off the shelves very, very early. So that was one of the things that really impressed me, how early people began to take this seriously. But I suppose if you put that into the context of what happened with Harvey in Texas, and then people seeing what's happening in the Caribbean islands, I suppose people are realizing that as a Category 5 or potentially 4 storm that could hit Florida, then it's no sense waiting around. So people are packing up and just driving out of the state, those particularly who live near the shoreline.
We see some on the news report where the people are lined up to come out of the area, man. It's amazing. And then Barbuda, the old country is evacuated. Them evacuate the whole
Right,
place.
and then with Jose coming, you can just imagine the double devastation
May I tell you?
that could
Yeah, may I tell you. Anyway, we want
Yeah.
stay safe. When you supposed to come back?
Well, my flight was due on Sunday morning, but I just checked the airlines and that has been cancelled. So
No, that
I'm
cancelled,
keeping
that
my
cancelled.
fingers crossed that it could be early next week, though.
All right. Well, as I said, stay safe. I hope you come back here. Don't bring none of the water with you. All right.
All right, Muta, I'm going to keep dry as much as I can.
Yes, okay. Yeah, that was Natalie Campbell, the news editor here at IRFM, spending our vacation in the eye of the hurricane. A serious thing, click it. Ellie.
Highly blessed.
Blessed man.
Motor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take vacation.
Take vacation? No, sir. Every day vacation to me.
Oh, that's why. I'm not telling you can't take a vacation and you still put her to work.
Me I put her to work, what me I do?
I mean, you have just give me a nice heads up about
I know me call her.
And she call in.
She want to tell you we are going in Florida. As a news lady, she always do that. So, the producer call her, but I'm not familiar with that. Eh?
Oh, I think I have put her to work. I know you're good them here there.
Me good to put people to work.
I know you're good them here there. We can get her to work. I'll let her sit up on vacation.
Okay. I don't mean put her to work though. But you have to say sorry though.
Alright, that's cool.
Say sorry, man.
And the next brethren, when did I say a thing and you cut him off? I'm interested to hear what I'm saying, you know.
No. We couldn't make it hear him say. No, Rasta. We couldn't make it hear. No, hey. The things that was die, that's what never die, that's what Rasta. If you want to say, my hand move over there so a while ago, it's unbelievable. If you see which man needs to come from me, and him hand reach over there so too. Yeah. Some man just don't think.
You're fast and quick, though, because you're fast and quick. Even the taxi brethren think the passenger them here are going, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen. I mean, I hear what going.
No. Him not hear we are going. Him never hear why.
Yeah, him not hear, because I'm not hear, so nobody.
Yeah, well, we're glad to nobody not hear. Come here, if you didn't hear, would have half of the ear.
That me I say, because me I listen and me not hear.
Yes, we give thanks to you not hear still.
Nobody else not hear, so me not listen for hear what the passenger them have to say them hear.
Yeah, well, them never hear neither.
Well, them couldn't hear nothing, but me still interested to hear. You have to tell me I have the ear.
No, me not.
Anyway.
Just use your imagination, man.
Anyway, yeah, man, me dead, man. Me use me imagine it already. I will. Me dey on the gun, the crime and the violence and the gun thing.
Yeah.
Then, I want to know who me to talk to, like, me have a portion of the gun and I want to turn in.
Oh, talk to me, man.
I want to know, are you me to negotiate with?
No, we're not negotiate if you turn in the gun. We're negotiate about the ammunition.
I want the ammunition.
Yeah, depending on how much ammunition you turn in, we will consider the money. But when you turn in the gun now, we have a specific money for a specific gun. So tell me what kind of gun you have. Assorted?
We all type of gun. We don't tell you the name them.
No, but you have to tell me the name because we have $75 for one, $150, $150,000 for one, $75,000 for one, and so, 100,000 for the next one. So the amount of you sound like you have about $2 million worth.
Yeah, it could add up to that, yes, because we have rifle and we have handguns.
Yeah, well, we can work out a deal.
All right, we want to see how that will go.
Yeah, all right, here we do.
Really get away.
Eh?
You know? The thing really get away to which part, me see when you get paranoid, as you say.
Oh, you mean if me get paranoid? Me paranoid? Watch about. Trust me. You remember years, me I tell you, say, every time I see a white car behind me, I drive at night. Me go out like, say, something wrong, you know. Because I don't like see white car, you know, at night time, you know.
I will talk.
Yeah, I'm paranoid about white car at night time when I drive.
Well, right now, the color not even matter nowadays, because them, as you say, even when a man, because me no mind turning my gun, because I reach to the point which part, gun not save no life again.
Yeah, well, gun never that save no life, it take life.
All right, so even when them have the license gun, And even when I'm feel say, as you said earlier, said the man with the license gun have a gun to protect himself. And a man who have an illegal gun
to protect himself. Yeah.
But it can't save no man. The gun can't save no man in this time.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most of the man them are dead right now. Them, if they're not dead with them gun on them, then dead with them gun on them foot or beside them.
And that may I say, and most gunman poor.
And most gunman poor.
Yeah. So me don't know.
If I gun there to turn in.
But me know you not poor still.
Me know.
So oh, you have gun and you not poor. Yeah. Oh, you have gun and you not poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But me not reach out a gun, you know.
Mm. Oh, me think I sell you sell him.
You understand me?
Alright, you hear me I say now? You can't just tell me your address and your phone number and oh you stay. Make you come along there for the gun them.
Alright, that's a half year.
No, you can't talk on the ear, man. We don't tell nobody.
No, I don't get that on the ear. I heard I listen, you know.
Okay.
When some man reach me before you, know, motor.
No, them not reach before you, man. Trust me.
You don't know this thing, man. You know it's got motor.
Alright, sir.
So what if me know like some man now where have gun and ammunition too, but them not willing to turn it in. Remember one time gone they have like
amnesty.
They have like crime stop.
Yeah, amnesty.
No, amnesty, crime stop.
Yeah.
Remember one time you could have crime stop a man and thing and rare.
Yeah.
So,
no, well you can't turn it in, man. You can't watch out. Them done say it already, you know. If a man turning him gun, turning a gun, you get a certain portion of money depending on what kind of gun. So all you have to do is carry the gun to a police station or get your pass. And them not church Rasta. So you can't get no Rasta it. Get a pass or a justice of the peace if you carry it, go get. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have how much you have about a day more if you do it.
And then I know you cash out right away.
Yeah, man, you get the cash. I don't know if you get the cash pan spot, but you go get the cash.
Want to know that I go, because I want cash out right away. No more. So
yeah, man, you get the cash. If you don't get the cash right away, call me back. Make me complain, say, must give you back your gun.
All right, my general.
All right, sir, give thanks, yeah?
Bless.
Yeah. Yes, for those of you who have a gun and want to carry it in, them give amnesty for it, and them giving money to get the guns. So don't feel no way. It's not a trick. Them generally never give you some money for the gun. So all the youth, you have some school youth that save money for buy a gun, you know. You don't know, Neil? Yeah, man, you have some youth that save money for buy a gun, man, for Christmas. They have to get gun for Christmas. But really and truly now, the government say they might give money. Let me read it again. Where the paper there? Let me read it again and find out how much you what and how much you what. All right. See it now. In detailing how the rewards will be administered under the gun recovery program, the Prime Minister outlined the following figures. Rifles, submachine guns, $150,000. Semi-automatic pistols and shotguns, $100,000. Revolvers, $75,000. Explosive, negotiable based on amount. And I did hear him say, if you turn in a criminal and it got to a place where them get charged and arrested and then sentenced, you will get $1 million. So all my brethren just called a while ago. If you multiply the rifles and the submachine gun 150 times 10, is a hefty sum of money him have. So I don't know if me and him can split it. Yes, so that is really what the government is saying. The program will be facilitated through Crime Stop. You just mentioned Crime Stop a while ago. So it will be facilitated through Crime Stop. So I don't think it's a gesture, or I don't think the Prime Minister was misguided when he said this. Like the 54 people there. I don't know if he was misguided. I wonder who come to this conclusion and say this is what is happening? Was this the Prime Minister's doing, or was it coming from the top brass of the police force? Again. Because really and truly, if me have my rifle, and I go down there and them give me 100 pounds and them 100, and I beg it up. I take back the gun. I take back the gun. Because them say $150,000 for rifles and submachine gun. If me have a submachine gun and I go down there and them give me 100 pounds and I tell me, boy, boss, me come back for the $50,000. Me I take back my gun. Understand? So we want to make sure say when them say $150,000 for submachine gun, them give $150,000. Semi-automatic pistols and shotgun, $100,000. Look what Jamaica come to Rasta. And this Jamaica region, you know, when the government have to give them money to get back the gun them. You can't imagine if 100,000 gun come in. You think them have the money for give for 100,000 gun? I don't think 100,000 gun in Jamaica though, illegal gun. Much more than that thousand because one gun and kill a whole heap of people in Jamaica, you know. One gun. Come man rent gun too, you know. Yeah man rent gun and say where you want the gun for them. Say boy you want say boy over Clarendon there do me a thing, you know. And where him live? Him live all of Westmoreland. And at times say alright, you want to bring back my gun, you know. Because you know say your life you're gonna pay with if you don't bring back my gun. So you can't go give the government it and collect $150,000 and tell give the man $100,000 out of it. He want him gun. Because he know say the gun can make him make more than $150,000. It's a thing, you know. You talk about people talk about the youth them want to work. It's a work. This is a job in itself, you know. This gun thing in a Jamaica, passing of gun from one man to the next man to go kill people. One gun. When them police are find all one gun, you know, them can't say it connected to all 10 murder, you know. And then necessarily see a man use the same gun and kill 10 people, you know. The one gun can kill 10 people and it's 5 people kill the 10 people them with the same gun. So, why I don't know. Jamaica, I get away. Yes, EL, step in.
EL's motor.
Blessed man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, you ridicule, man, them thing, man.
Me?
Yeah.
I ridicule, you call it? You laugh, though.
No, but by the way, the brother will call a while ago, he's not serious. He's not so serious. He's serious.
Him a ridicule the man, them thing. You laugh. You laugh.
Yeah, man, but I think them say 5 days. I think the amnesty.
Then tomorrow it go done.
No, man, tomorrow I'll be 7 days, not sure. Because last week, Friday.
No, the amnesty, no, not for the gun, them.
If them catch you in a yard with a gun, you know?
Yeah, 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days, that them say.
Yeah. Well, 5 days supposed to done tomorrow, man.
7 days I'll make tomorrow, man.
Okay.
But I saw the thing go. But remember me call you a week ago and you give me a book in a mail, but I just call out and nearly you have to click a button a while ago. Them man deserve a book. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't get what. No, me they call and I explain the solar thing to you. And you kind of joke out me thing, isn't it? But
me I ridicule you.
No, you joke. No, we're not calling a ridicule, but you joke out the thing, isn't it? Because that's how the thing say.
Okay.
But the Zoza thing, you have to give it a chance, man, because no murder not going from last week.
They expect murder. When a murder not gone, which part?
St. James, or entire St. James. They hear any murder go on.
Yeah, but brethren, the people that see them, you'd expect for your murder down there?
Of course, because remember at the hot spot, remember every hot spot.
All right, you know hear how much murder since that last week till now in a Clarendon?
No, but as I said, I agree, sir. At least you have 4 at a time. One at Clarendon, St. James, Town, and maybe Spain. You get me? So, because you don't know the gunman, them are migrate and everything.
Well, the man says that better. It's better when they migrate. It's better for them. You know why him say that?
Yeah, I understand film line of thinking, because when I try to say them are fix up the community, so even if them gunman come back, the place is not for them again, because the people them are going inform. That them are saying, that them are film line of thinking.
Them are hope. But the people them are going inform.
Yeah, because people them are live, as I say, I see this program working at Honduras and even Mexico, you know what I mean? So, give it a try, man, you know what I mean?
No, I never said, wait, me never say, it, me not give it a try, you know.
Yeah, but when I listen to you, call like a joke, you know, laughing thing.
Yeah, them no must have to laugh, brethren.
Yeah, come have to laugh with the police. That's one of the police them undermine the thing, because them give the wrong figures and them things.
If them give the wrong figures, I may have to say something about it now. Me say come off as a joke. Where you want me though?
I watch you now. Me I say like the police them undermine, but the soldiers them alright, because them say 140 of them for turn up down there. I don't go 40 alone turn.
Yeah, they know why me joke about that too. Me have a whole heap of joke about that too, you know. You think so easy? Me have nothing to say about that.
The man might complain about the food. Yeah, I understand so the food look away based on when I sip off face.
You know what me not talk about? I can't talk about that in joke too.
Yeah.
That the police them go to them for raise up here. And when them offer the police them a joke business. Just as when them attend the police them now for go capture criminal and assail them there.
The police them can't ask to pay on the crime rate so high. Now that's the next thing. Now you have to come to the bargain table with better thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
6% the government I give them. The last time I 7% and get one more want, maybe 8 or 10 or something like that.
Me don't know. Me don't know what is justifiable for a policeman, but them make them case.
No, but in the come the man them why. If basically when I can't see from the police them drop them hands, you see me? And the man them no want to do a thing. So as I say, big up the soldiers them, but the police them need to step up them game. You know what I mean? I want more Zozo go on the more entire Jamaica.
Them can't do the whole of Jamaica so do. It's unlawful for really corner off the whole of Jamaica.
No, I mean I say at least 4. Enough if them can keep 4 much them at least can do 4.
Okay,
at
sir.
Time.
All
then keep one at time it have feel to me seriously because Clarendon hot up while St. James School. You know what I mean? Town go hot up back again. So
then when me say that you say a joke, me a joke. When me say that you say me a joke it out.
No, but we you have as I say we are deal with the
But me a deal with this is to make the people them it's soften the blow. It's soften me I try soften the people them blow.
Yeah man, but as I said the national security chief man say here it'd be foolish to start from the hardest place first.
No, that's what them say after. No, brethren.
Yeah.
That is what them say after them realize that them wrong with the numbers.
No, police wrong, Mr. Blake wrong with the numbers, man.
Yeah, but the soldier come with that after the police them after them realize them wrong.
No, but the soldiers them more level headed. When I say the police,
no, but the soldier them go halfway where the police say, and the police them at the head of the thing, you know. No, the reason why them say them have to go at a soft place first is because them find out that them did wrong with the 50-yard murder.
No, do that, Mr. Here, based on what I kind of hear, me say down the star, but you see, that's why I tell you, say, if you're looking at entire St. James, you know, see nothing what go. What I kind of hear about the area, there, you know?
It are the what?
Yeah, just me I go that, but what I try to say, normally the base. No, what I try to say, normally the base. Now attack themselves or kill up them one another. So make them go spread it. Them export them gunman to other areas. Now St. James.
Yeah.
So the police, as I say, I don't trust them intelligence sometimes, but the figures we don't know them get wrong. But here, them have other things why them going at the place. So you see?
No, wait, hold on the brethren. Hold on. I could get something plain now.
Yeah.
Them have, it's not the only thing, it's not the murder rate why them go there, you know.
Yeah,
them have other things now. But what may I say?
Yeah.
That them tell Jamaica people say is 50-yard murder take place in the community.
Yeah.
When them find out that them wrong, them go now and start to say something else. For bend and twist this something. For make you start say where you are saying now.
No. As Mr. Mota, before the figures thing, but they know why them. I kind of know why them go there. You get me?
Yeah, them go because them are trial and error.
Yeah.
Trial and error can't work in a 100 odd murder in 1 month.
I want thing with you, make everybody wear interview so now isn't it? That's all the thing.
You know.
No, I see you make even the lady and the security chief so now here. You know what I mean? But like I question people still, isn't it? But
then if me up on the radio, me can't question people. Them must make them sound away.
No man, the line of questioning where you do sometime, I wonder, you know.
Where you wonder about? Tell me what you wonder about.
No, I say, as from last time I hear you talk about the Zozo thing, and it look like you know to believe in it like it will work. Based on your, as I said,
you hear the Bible quote on my quote, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
I know it's a long time I don't read the Bible. So
all right, well, a long time I don't read it. Anyway, we have to move though. We have to move. We have to move here. Yes. All right, listen up. Top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, cash pot, drive time draws. Up next. When we say up next, we really mean up next. So here we go with this little. Yes. Why the virgin say every time I talk to interview people, I make them sound aware. I mean, you know, weird. My mother never said me go to law school. But never go to law school, so I don't understand what I'm saying, make them sound aware. That's Shamara, go make them not do the interview with me. Say, why you make them sound aware? All right.
Big man thing. Are you really cook every Sunday? Yes. The kids say my cooking tastes better than wife, you know. And it's only Kendall coconut milk good enough for my rice and peas. Kendall Vegetable Island coconut milk. That's your secret.
The time by Kendall is
5 o'clock. Listen up. Top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, cash pot, drive time draws. Up next.
For Thursday,
this is the Steppin razor, the art of war.
It is my opinion that you do not really understand the concept of banking. All the banks are broke. Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke. And why are they broke? It isn't an act of God. It isn't some sort of tsunami. They're broke because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money that they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long. To add to that problem, you have moral hazard, a very significant moral hazard from the political sphere. And most of the problem starts in politics and central banks, which are part of the same political system. We have counterfeiting, sometimes called quantitative easing, but counterfeiting by any other name. The artificial printing of money, which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time. Central banks repress the amount of interest that rates are, so we don't have the real cost of money. And yet we blame the real retail banks for manipulating LIBOR. The sheer effrontery of this is quite astonishing. It's central banks that manipulate interest rates, Commissioner. And plus, underneath all this, we talk loosely, in a rather cavalier fashion, do we not, about deposit guarantees. So when banks go broke through their own incompetence and chicanery, the taxpayer picks up the tab. It's theft from the taxpayer. And until we start sending bankers, and I include central bankers and politicians, to prison for this outrage, it will continue.
Inflation and controlling the people. Inflation and controlling the people.
You say a while ago, I want you to listen to this. I caught the tune because I go and play about the tune, but I want Shamara to hear it too. Yes. Listen. Here goes.
You had a ship full of African men, women, and children who were at the mercy of the captain and all the sailors on that crew. And those men could have sex with anybody they wanted to. The women, the children, and the men.
You had to see 3 months tied down with these white men. There ain't no women there for the most part. When they start bringing women, they weren't even bringing women. They were bringing girls between the ages of 6 and 15 and raping them all. But they also were raping the men. Same things was happening on the plantation to demasculinize the black man.
Control the slave population is to rape a father in front of his sons, or to take the biggest, baddest black man on the plantation and do something horrible to him, to completely humiliate and emasculate him so that people won't respect him anymore. And that still happens to this day.
In the Caribbean, they had seasoning plantations, which were plantations used to break the slaves. And one plantation, or one place that had a lot of seasoning plantations, was Jamaica. And people have to wonder, what were they doing on these seasoning plantations that was worse than what was happening on the regular plantations? Well, one thing that they were doing on these plantations, especially in Jamaica, they were doing a process called buck breaking, where the white supremacist slave owner or the white supremacist overseer would literally rape black men in front of the whole black population in order to break his spirit, in order to break him down as a man, in order to show dominance against him, in order to show the rest of the black population that this is not your leader. I just made your leader submit to me sexually. And this happened a lot in Jamaica. This is why homosexuality is so looked down upon in Jamaican culture today.
And it was a way primarily of cutting down those who would rebel. In other words, it was a matter of power and control and domination. And they would call it buck busting, but it was really butt busting.
Slavery continued until 1865 for 2 generations, right? So how do you reconcile that? You can no longer bring in Africans, but you still have the business of slavery. So they still needed Africans to do the work down south, especially after the cotton gin was invented. So you had the creation of breeding farms. 2 of the largest slave breeding farms in the United States were on the eastern shore of Maryland and right outside of Richmond, Virginia. They literally bred black people like cattle. They would have a strong black man have sex with a healthy black woman. That woman could be his mother, his sister, his aunt, his cousin. It didn't matter, because the end product was produce a child that I can sell, bodies that I can sell and ship down to Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. It was a business.
We had breeding farms in the United States that would put one person from one plantation against another. We even had a system where if you were a breeder, male on one plantation, and a female on another plantation, or even on the same plantation, even if you were mother and son, they would mate you. And so I tell a lot of my patients and a lot of my friends, you got to stop using the MF word, because that was a description of what actually happened when the paper bag would go over the head to put one breeder against another when they were related.
This is the Steppin race. I was up on the last lap. You know, last night we was featuring Jamaica Roots and Culture with Pat Clark, and something go wrong with the broadcast of it. So we want to play it in this entirety right now.
Welcome to Jamaican Roots and Culture. I'm Pat Clark. Jamaica is a little country with some outstanding women who have played pioneering roles in the course of history. One such woman was Una Marson, the girl from Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. Santa Cruz is one of the earliest towns founded in Jamaica. It was settled by the Spaniards hundreds of years ago and dedicated to the cross on which Jesus died. The name Santa Cruz means Holy Cross in Spanish, the language spoken by the Spaniards. Santa Cruz was the second largest town in the parish of St. Elizabeth. Today it's the largest town in the parish. In 1905, a little girl was born to Reverend Marson and his wife at the Baptist Manse in Santa Cruz. Her name was Una, and she was a brilliant child. She came first in the primary school examination in the parish of St. Elizabeth and entered Hampton High School. This is an old school in the hills where it is always very cool. Una studied very hard. When she left school, they said she was one of the fastest typists in Jamaica, and she found a job very quickly. She loved to read and write and wrote many poems and short stories. However, she noticed that many people would not give her credit for her work. They would say, she's only a girl. At that time, women were not recognized for their work. In 1928, she went to Kingston and called a meeting of all the girls and women who worked in the offices. She told them that they should form a group and ask for better working conditions. She knew that women could work as well as men and they should get the same pay as men. Many women believed her. After this, the owners of the business establishments listened to her and many women got more pay for their work. Una Marson started a magazine for women, and in it she put her poems and stories about Jamaican life. It was one of the first magazines started by a woman. Many people liked it, and copies were sent overseas to people who enjoyed hearing good things about Jamaica. Una Marston tried to develop Jamaican culture and wrote a play called Pocomania. This play was written in the language of the ordinary Jamaicans, and many people did not like that. In spite of this, however, people who saw the play enjoyed it, and they thanked Miss Marston for having the courage to write about real Jamaican things. Others were just unhappy that a woman could produce such a great work. She became successful and decided she wanted to learn more about the wider world, and so Una Marston went to live in London. In London, there was a radio station called the British Broadcasting Corporation. This was one of the first radio stations in the world. It sent out messages to all parts of the British Empire, and millions of people listened to it. There was no radio station in most countries like Jamaica, and most of the news was about Britain. The BBC hired Miss Una Marston to broadcast to the world, and so she became one of the first women to do this job. People from Asia, Africa, South America, and Australia heard her voice and liked it. They asked what country did she come from. When they heard that she was from Jamaica, they were surprised. They did not know that a little island like Jamaica could produce such a famous person. Una Marston was also interested in politics and improving the conditions of all people whose ancestors were from Africa. While she was in London, Ethiopia was attacked by the Italian army. The Emperor of Ethiopia, Haile Selassie, had to leave Ethiopia and live in London. He started to work to regain his throne, and Miss Marston worked with him. In 1935, the leaders of the world gathered in Geneva to discuss business. The Emperor of Ethiopia, Haile Selassie I, went there and made a great speech asking for justice. His speech caused people to think again about the attacks on Ethiopia, which had one of the earliest thrones in the world. After this, many countries helped Haile Selassie, and after many trials, he returned to Ethiopia. Most of the emperor's speeches were written by Una Marston, and she had to work very hard and understand many languages to do her job. It was also very dangerous because the Italians had invaded Ethiopia, and Italy was a very rich and powerful country. Una Marston was not afraid. She wrote many letters and other documents to help Emperor Haile Selassie I. During the Second World War, she continued to live in London when many bombs were falling on the city. She made many broadcasts on the BBC to people around the world, supporting the fight against Germany and Italy. Her main interest was to get the Italians to leave Ethiopia so that the emperor could return to Addis Ababa, where he had his throne. The Americans and British won the war in 1945, and the Italians had to leave Ethiopia. There was great rejoicing when His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor Haile Selassie I, left London and returned to his kingdom in Ethiopia. The Emperor said that he could not have succeeded without the help from Miss Una Marston, the girl from Santa Cruz, Jamaica, who became famous. And now, to end Jamaican roots and culture, here's our famous quotation from the Black diaspora. I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give an account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. The words of Benjamin E. Mays. For Jamaican Roots and Culture, I'm Pat Clark.
Very interesting. And a lot of people have never heard of that woman before. Just like when you never hear about Mary C. Cole. But she wasn't a Rasta. As a matter of fact, in England, them started to brand her a mad woman because she was very sympathetic. Knowing Haile Selassie as she knew him, she was very sympathetic to the Rastafari movement in Jamaica. And when she started to express these sympathies, especially in England, and when who she was, big woman, a big renowned fame and this, them start to ridicule her and say she mad. But yes, very, very important Jamaican woman in the annals of the history of Jamaican women who has made a mark out there in the world. And when we listen to all of that, And we say, how did Jamaica reach this stage now? Where it reach us or no? How it reach us or? But the history is there. And we hope so most of the youth them really after hearing this go up on the internet and go find out about this woman and other Jamaican women who had made this. You know, we celebrate 98th year of 98th year of Louise Bennett's birthday. Great Jamaican woman. Need for really recognize these things. Really. So you also know, we give thanks, you know. We give thanks and Neil work this week after about 6 months not working with me. We give thanks for Shamara. We give thanks for the operator. Who's the operator out there, Neil? All right. We give thanks to the operator out there. What should you out there, the operator? Eh? Ardella. Okay. We give thanks to Ardella. I gone until Wednesday. Cutting edge. Vita with the power wheel. Me hungry. Me really hungry for you. We give thanks for, watch out, Sanjay. We never remember Sanjay, the first line of the interview with them where we just do a while ago with the police them. I gone.